Hello everybody, and how the fuck are you? How the hell are you guys? I just forgot to do my string prep here, so I'm gonna do it as quickly and easily as possible, as I've not played this guitar in a good long time, and it came out today because I felt sorry for it. I put this poor bastard in B because I just had one of these moments where I got like really baked and was like, hey man, this guitar would be really good in B. It really would be, man. It would be superb in B. Is this doing what I think it's doing right now? What are you doing? What are you giving me right now? Warriors. Agent Victor, how are you, Victor? This is good. Nice to see you. Are you asleep? Wait, you're correct me if I'm wrong. Are you Slavic? Romanians are not Slavics, correct? By the way, I'm going to be doing this thing where I'm looking down today because my phone is stone dead, and that's how I monitor. I have this thing going on with comments. If you're wondering, I have a really crusty small setup here. I've tried every way possible that I could think to sneak another monitor in here somewhere, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I just don't see, unless I put one up here, in which case I'm going to be doing this all the time, which wouldn't be as bad, but I'm going to be looking up like this all the time. I don't want to do that either. So for a while, I had like a phone that was just chilling under the camera right here, right below the camera. It was perfect. It was like an S21. And then some fucking crackhead. It didn't even work. The only thing it worked for is Wi-Fi. It didn't have a SIM card in it. It didn't work with a SIM card. It is a useless phone that just had riffs on it, and I just used it for around the house. I had it in my car, and some useless, shitty crackhead took it out of my car because I was stupid enough to leave it unlocked for all of like fucking 45 minutes after I got home from work. Oh, damn me. So then it was relinquished from me and they ended up just pitching it into a ditch. So now I'm using an S7 to monitor my comments. But the thing is, using it all day at work, the thing is almost stone dead. And I can't put it on a stand while it's charging. These are real serious first world problems. By the way, we're going to make Pedro. Hello, Pedro, by the way. I saw you. I see you, Pedro. We're going to make Pedro an admin and a moderator on our website, or sorry, on our YouTube here. And so he's going to be moderating. Pedro is going to become the moderator here. And because he's always here. He's here for almost every stream. I think he's only missed like one, maybe two. So he's going to be a member of the team here, should he really wish. I don't know if he wants that or not, but essentially, we need somebody capable of booting people out, as I'm not capable of doing it. So technically, someone just come in here and start all kinds of shit, and we couldn't really do anything about it right now. I think if there's too much language, they just get nuked by the algorithm. Like there's like a bot that just nukes them anyway. Sorry guys, it's been a while since I used this guitar. The strings are still pretty new. And it's just been a long time. And I think I've only got about 5 minutes on this guitar in B. Not literally 5 minutes, but it was like one stream of a couple hours and I just didn't do it anymore. Today, by the way, welcome to the show. Welcome to the AmpSim show. My name is Tyler. And welcome to the AmpSim universe. We are a team of like-minded, experienced individuals from all walks of life that meet together all over the world. We meet together in one place. That is to discuss the world of AmpSims and the AmpSim universe, all the things that surround it. And yeah, we're going to talk about. I am just their spokesperson, by the way. If I'm only speaking for myself, if I'm speaking for the team, I'll let you know. If I'm speaking for myself, I'll let you know as well. But for right now, the team and I, we've got big plans. We've got lots coming up for you guys. Oh yeah, I've got a giant liter of cola here. If you've ever seen Super Troopers, you know what a liter of cola is. This is a liter. 1 liter of cola. I'm working on this filthy mustache. I've never grown a mustache in my entire life. I've never been able to. I'm 46 years old and suddenly my body is producing enough testosterone to grow a mustache. It is what it is. I can't grow a mustache. I could grow these guys. I've always been able to grow beards, but not a mustache. Yeah, and so the mustache is coming in sparingly. Working on it. Working on some sort of a dirty mustache. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys are doing great today. This is episode 41 of these bad boys. And today, as you guys realized, I'm starting a shorter format where occasionally I like to do 2 hours, and that's going to be on weekends. It's always going to be 2+, maybe even 3 hours on weekends. During the week, it might be 60 minutes, it might be 90 minutes, but somewhere around there generally. Today, I came home and I thought, I always think, what plugin would I like to jam on today? And today it was the Brainworx Deezel-inspired. And to me and many others with ears and an understanding of what a diesel amp really sounds like, these are possibly the most accurate diesel plugins on the market today, in my opinion, still. And they're a few years old now. Not that old. I think they're maybe 4-5 years old or something like that at this point. Maybe a little bit older. This guitar is not really settling. And I need to do I need to do a smaller neck adjustment as well. Of course, I haven't played this guitar in a minute, as mentioned. So that's okay. Sometimes when you haven't played guitar for a bit, it needs an adjustment, especially when you live in a part of the world that has temperature differences. And by the way, if you don't know how to check your neck tension, I can show you. A million people can show you the easiest way. Google is there for you. You know who's also there for you? Your tech, meaning your friend that occasionally touches your guitar because maybe he knows how and you don't. Don't give that guy $40 just to flip your guitar over, use an Allen key. And that's the thing. I know somebody that does that. Oh man, my guitars, man, you got to bring it to a licensed tech to do my neck tension. It's like they're expensive guitars. He's got Les Pauls. I'm sorry, man, but no, don't. A neck adjustment is a neck adjustment. It's easy. It takes 2 fucking seconds. Literally 2 seconds. Look at it. And you figure out where it is, whether it needs pulling, it needs relief, or it needs more tension. It's 2-second adjustment, and you're in and out. All right, what are we doing today? I'm gonna mix together some pedals that I've selected, which is the Sword here, the Forte Boost 22. Yeah, I know I need the new versions. I just haven't installed them. I'm sorry. Sorry, Chris. I've got the Dozer Drive kicking around. I've got the Diezel Herbert from Brainworx, as well as the Diezel VH4 from Brainworx, both made by Igor Nembrini, now, of course, of Nembrini Audio. For many years, Igor Nembrini worked with Brainworx and Plugin Alliance on, literally, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it one little bit. You go over to Plugin Alliance, and you look at every single item in the guitar and bass section was probably and very likely coded by Igor Nembrini and put together and presented that way for Brainworx. And so cheers to Igor for setting out on his own and doing his own company. But that guy has been at this for a very long time. He has been one of the best, the top 3 guys in his field for a very long time. There are 3, my top 3, and I'm not going to say who my top 3 are, but coders, that is, that I know of. But there are many of them out there that are very, very talented. So in this case, these were coded by the best. Now, here's the thing about these plugins I fucking hate. I'm not gonna lie to you. See this right here? This is the impulse response window. We go through this every time, but I'm really gonna rub. And I've had a talk with Igor Nembrini about this as well. I was like, why did this get done this way, Igor? And he said, quite simply, it's the way they wanted it done. Obviously, it's not the way he does it on his own, so it's not the way he would have done it if he chose to do it. These are terrible. This is a terrible window. Lots of really great IRs in here. They give you Diezel licensed IRs. They give you a few Marshalls. American, I think, let me see. What is American again? RC Info gives you every that. Yeah, it's Mesa Boogie is usually something that's called American, or Cali. It means it's a recto cab. And in this case, it was. And then we have more. Sorry, tripping over my words there. We have Mesabuki, Marshall, Diezel, Orange, 212. We have a Sewer, 412, which is nice. This is a really nice assortment of cabinets. Unfortunately, the way that they present it just fucking stinks. I don't mind the idea of having just files. There is no need in the world for 3D mic moving around. It's not necessary. Unless you are a world-class engineer and you know exactly where to put those, exactly where you put which mics. You don't need that. You don't know how to mic if you've never held a mic and put it up against an actual fucking speaker, you don't need it. You don't need it. So in this case, you've had the real professionals go into a studio, use all the best mics in the industry and given you the pristine best placements and mic blends that they could possibly give you. That is something I trust. That is definitely something I trust. I don't even trust myself when it comes to 3D mic placements because quite simply, I fucking hate miking cabinets. Always hated miking drums. Always hated miking cabinets as well. Never, there's always one part of the studio and recording at home that I always hated is the miking of everything. Let me go to the comments. This is what I got to do today, guys. What the fuck was that? Which interface do I use? Sorry, I'm just going to do this like this. This is so lame. I hate doing it like this, guys, and I'm sorry for the unprofessionality today. That's a word. What interface do I use? Rudy Castillo. What audio interface do I use? I use a really simple audio interface. It is just a PreSonus Studio 2.6. It's really nothing, no big deal. I had to actually look at it there because it's been a while since I looked and I couldn't remember the model of it, to be honest. It is really good. It's never steered me wrong. I've never had an issue with it. PreSonus I've never had an issue. The only problem I have with it, pardon me, the only issue I've had with it is that occasionally some of the pots on it get a little bit dirty and you have to use something like an oxy, what's that thing called again? Oxy-all or oxy something? I can't remember what it's called. I have some in the cupboard. Every once in a while it needs a little, but then again, a lot of gear does. PreSonus has never led me wrong. It's never steered me wrong. I've been using PreSonus now for about 25 years now, probably close there now. You hear that? I think somewhere around there, about 25 years I've been using PreSonus products and I've never had a bad day with any of them. Everything always seems to work. The price is always right. And I'm not saying I wouldn't upgrade if I had the opportunity, but right now all I need is 2 inputs. That's all I need. And I've never needed more than that. Occasionally the missus and I, we might jam out and I might need a mic, but I mean, that's never really going to happen. Again, eventually I want to bring the missus in for some bass stuff. It's kind of fun. And you're like, man, is this guy ever going to play guitar? No, I'm never going to play guitar. Not ever. Hungarian. All right, man. Thank you. VH4. It is fabulous, isn't it? Robust. I love that word. Isn't that a great sales word? Robust. Has anybody ever used the word robust to describe something like in the moment, or is that usually used in like a features category? Robust. All right, cool. So we're gonna jam on this a little bit. I am gonna use a little bit of a few of the onboard IRs. I'm not saying the onboard IRs are bad. In fact, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna say that they're all very good. You guys will like them. Check them out. Try them out. If you get this, you probably get it on sale next time. Get on, I'm gonna tell you right now, get on the Plugin Alliance mailing list right now while I'm sitting here fucking around tuning this guitar for the 900th time. Go and get on their mailing list right now. You get a free bundle of plugins, or at least used for just for signing up. And then they give you free money into your email account. Put it in the junk mail, but just check the junk mail when you see it pop up, and they'll give you free money that you can use towards plugins. They have these madness level sales as well over at Plugin Alliance. Madness level sales where they just, like, I've seen the Diezel's here on for like $10 a piece. 10. Fucking 10. There's no, I said that correctly. $10 for these fucking plugins. Superb. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to use my own thing. And I'm going to use my own Diezel's. And some of the coolest Diezel's that I can think of were made by Ownhammer way back in the day. And I'm going to go and find the heavy hitters packs. If you've never used the heavy hitters packs, you're just losing. You're missing out. These have been and still are some of the best IR packs collections for high gain and anything else that you could ever imagine. So if you're not familiar with the Own Hammer heavy hitters packs, I think they still exist. Go and check them out. Get off me. I saw that. I saw it coming at me. Cat hair was coming from my sniffer. Coming at me. All right. So let's, right. Custom mixes we'll go with. Actually, I'm not going to go with that for now. Let's get out of here. Hold on. There it is. This is a great diesel as well. Just straight up diesel. We'll just go with the V30s for now. Mixes, modern. We'll screw around with this a little bit as we go. But for now, it's just, that's going to be our cabinet. For now, just to start with here. Now, let's see what we got. Oh. Oh, man. Did it again. Unplugged and forgot to plug back in. Do that all the time. Okay. Okay, now we're cooking. And I'm using a custom set of pickups here as well. I want to note that. But we're going to get the tone dialed in before we discuss pickups. These are really easy amps to dial in. These dial in. You might look at this and say, holy shit, what's going on with this whole like kaleidoscope of cascading. That's all those are real words. Kaleidoscope of cascading controls. It looks so confusing. There must so much going on. No, not really. Not a whole lot going on. Decent amount going on, but it's pretty simple. Just go in channels like this, the strips. Let's go to the screen. Does this one resize? It does not. But some of them I think resize and they have a slightly larger, but this one does not. So, and these are never going to get, these are likely never going to get any kind of an update either. So it is what it is at this point. So we're gonna live right about here somewhere. I set these up. I set the diesel up a lot like I set a 5150 up. Now we definitely need a boost out front, and that was my problem with the Westmoreland plugin, is that the Westmoreland plugin has a VH4, but it doesn't have a boost, and has, in fact, instead, it has something that just makes things muddier in a muff pedal, and you're like, what's happening right now? You kind of need that. I know that's like maybe not something you want to put in there, not something everyone wants to put into their plugins. I get that. I get it. But at the same time, guys, it's got Sam's on fire back here. He's playing and he's having a good time and wants to let everybody know he says hello. But there was no boost pedal, and for these, I kind of need one. Yeah, skip it for now, buddy. Just calm down. That's sounding better. Sounding pretty good so far, but we can make it better. I can guarantee it. Too much level there, guys. I'm also not sure entirely. These pickups are made by a company called Z Labs in Italy. Is a wonderful man named Marco that makes this savage pickup. What do you need, Sam? See, what the thing is, when Sam is playing with another cat and the other cat hides, because Sam is blind, Sam likes to do this sort of radar-like thing where he meows, and eventually, somehow, he finds the other cat. I don't know how he does it, but he does. So that's what you're listening to right now. So we can go either way with this. We could go mixes, get out of here. We could go the blend of mixes. Go right here. Try this out. Oh yeah, that sounds real good there. Oh my God. That needs still giving me hassle. And these tuners are usually like just bang on, man. But because it hasn't been played in, you know, this is 6 months or something like that, I feel bad. And this guitar probably is just hating me for the moment. It'll come around. Okay, so let's get some, I actually kind of want to get the heavy channel going now that I've used the big, I mean, channel 3 is kind of where this amp is like, it's like the channel. It's where I think, if I'm not mistaken, Adam Jones from Tool and Wes Borland and a lot of the famous players that use this amp, they are very excited about channel 3. And I like it as well, but not necessarily for heavy stuff. For heavy stuff, you're going to want channel 4. Oh, holy shit. That's so heavy. Yes, we get it. You're annoyed with me for not playing you for a long time, but quit being a fucking dildo here. Another word that got my nuke down into some other algorithm. Oh my God, he said dildo. Man, I've been watching some interesting things. I was trying to grow my mind when it comes to just like what's going on in the world. Every once in a while, I like to just kind of peek out from my little hovel of my hermitness and just kind of see what's going on out in the world. And man, there are these like, the world of IRL streaming has gotten insane. Insane. I'll just say that much. Shit has gotten crazy out there. Shit has gotten crazy. Anyways, going back to it. I'm going to turn off some of the toys here, by the way. We don't need any of these toys. They give you some nice toys. They give you some delay. They give you a nice little high pass, low pass type thing here in tight and smooth. And they give you a noise gate, a bunch of cabinets, a nice little power soak, kind of attenuator type here. They also give you the opportunity to turn off the power amp or the preamp should you want to mix and match from other plugins. You can do that if you'd like. A little bit too much. See a low end there. Sounded a little bit better scooped as well. I'm going to back off the volume and crank the gain up a bit more. Up your change, folks. I hope you guys are all doing really well. Pedro, oh, Victor, everybody who's dropping by. I'm no big deal. I'm going to be doing a lot of streams. I'm trying to catch up, make up for lost time. And gosh, I've wasted, not wasted, guys. Basically, I can't say I've wasted because I basically, as some of you may know or not know, I'm heavily involved in a sport called disc golf. And in my community, I do a lot for that sport, and it takes up a lot of time. So something had to go, and something had to get cut for time, and that was just streaming for a little bit. And I'm back now, and I'm looking forward to being on here and just picking up random rigs of the day. Today's rigs of the day, we're going to be involving the VH4 and the Herbert. We're going to chime over. Actually, let's just head over to the Herbert here for a second. If you guys are not familiar with this amp is very cool. I have no idea what we're to right now, but it's pretty sweet. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, let's keep going. Channel 3, we're gonna rock channel 3 for a bit. And then this is the heavy channel. Ooh, that's some riffs. There's this really neat, well, I call it the Hetfield. It's kind of the Hetfield feature. What do we got here? Yeah. Thanks for that explanation, Bo. Appreciate that. Either way, Deeezzullz are phenomenally easy to dial in. Very, very easy to dial in. Pardon me. I'm going to set it up, again, much like I do. I'm going to be easy on the bass on this one, easy on the low end, because these pickups are pretty bassy, pretty low end heavy. So we're going to kind of be mindful of that. Oh, I know what I'm just doing. Yep. You guys know that sound. IR on top of IR. Lovely. Fun. For this pedal, so for this amp, I'm going to use the Forte Boost. Yeah, buddy, I know. Come on, just chill. And it does this really cool thing in the Herbert here, where you can, hang on a sec, we're actually gonna bring our input gain up a tiny bit. And then we have this thing here, the mid-cut feature. Now I'm going to intensify it a little bit, and then you can hear it just starting to scoop city. And we talked yesterday about how when there's a mid-cut feature or a mid-bump feature, I like to do the opposite with the actual mid-frequency control. In this case, there's a mid cut, so I'm going to bump the mids up a little bit instead of giving it that double scoop. Like I'm going to try that as well, but I'm going to bump the mids up, and then I'm going to kind of start to suck them out here a little bit. Man. Anyways, hopefully you guys are doing really well. Today we're gonna be checking out some Deeezzullz, and two of these Deeezzullz are gonna be Brainworks. If I have some extra time, I'm gonna get into maybe some of the ones from some of the tonality plugins, potentially. Yes, all the old Brainworks stuff very much still rips. Everything. Go ahead, buy it all. Buy it fucking all. Because I'm telling you that, I mean, some of them aren't even that old. Like the rocker gain, that's not even that old. It was from like, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago or something like that. And I'm telling you right now, everything that Brainworks has to offer, I should say Plugin Alliance, everything that Plugin Alliance has to offer for bass and guitar, it's all quality. It's all available at next to nothing during their sale pricing. It's crazy how little they charge when they go sale. They're just like, fuck this. Pow. They cut shit by like 80%. A lot of regular companies, the bigger companies, Neural DSPs and stuff like that. Like, yeah, they'll have their sales too. But these guys just do it in a bit of a different kind of way. They do not care. They have lots of really awesome signature stuff, like really, really awesome signature, but licensed stuff. Licensed Ampegs. That license has now left them and gone back to Ampeg, and they of course have released their own plugin internally that was built by Line 6 called, I think it's Ampeg SVT Suite. It's Really fucking cool. Check it out. The Angle license has since passed over to Tube. So right now, you can go and get some new Angle stuff from SoftTube, but the old Angle stuff from Brickworks and Plugin Alliance is just incredible, absolutely incredible stuff. And it's still great. You just have to be able to build a signal chain. If you're a standalone user, I'm sorry, I can't accommodate life to you. I'm sorry that every plugin company cannot build your dream plugin, in that you don't need to be completely convenient. You don't need to do anything except for go bop and make yourself a tone. Guys, come on. If you're serious about tone, I strongly suggest that you get away from standalone plugins and just start learning how to use a DAW. Start learning how to use a DAW, because you will get way better tones on your own with little things here and there, and you learn on your own. Is the learning curve tough at first? Maybe. But if you think about it, just like this is the start of your signal chain and this is the end of your signal chain, just like you'd plug it in real life, essentially. All this stuff is chained together. The stuff that's actually active right now is chained together, just like I would put it together in the real world. So it's really, if you know signal chains, and it's not that hard of a thing. So if you're out there and this applies to you, I mean, take it for what you want. This guitar is perfect for corpse. Yeah, this is beefy. So beefy. All chugs today. I don't play it the other way. I can't play it that other. The other way is. The strumming is baffling to me. I can't do it. That wasn't me making fun of it. That's just me making fun of myself trying to do the strumming for that song. So I just do it the aborted way. Is that another word that's going to get me nuked to the algorithm? What are the words you can't say anymore on here? Anyways, we're going to take the mid cut off now. That's pretty sweet. I'm going to back up the mids off a little bit. I'm going to bring the treble up, bring the presence up. Now, if you don't have an impulse response collection that's huge, ask why. Why don't you have a huge impulse response collection? Because there's so much out there that's available for free now that's high quality that, I mean, even just freeware alone, you should probably still have a reasonable collection. And you don't need it's quality over quantity. Yes. That's what I was looking for. Quality over quantity in that one, guys. You're going to have to, if you've never really explored the world of impulse responses, my strong suggestion is don't trust anybody if all they have to sell you is pretend boxes, pretend software boxes. I like seeing an impulse response developer that I know goes in depth and does it the right way by actually placing real mics and not using voodoo and black box nonsense to make their impulse responses and such. I'm not into that. I'm not interested. I want cabinets made by people putting mics on a cabinet, and the process really hasn't changed a whole shitload. So even older IRs, they still play out. However, as mentioned yesterday, if you're looking up older freeware IRs, a lot of them will have what we call baked-in tube qualities. These are colored files, essentially, that when you use it, a power source to shoot an IR, if there's a tube characteristic to that power source, that is now baked in to the impulse response. The tube characteristics are now baked into that particular impulse response. So if you don't like EL34 tubes, and it happens to be that they was shot by somebody that was using EL34 power source, I mean, that's on you. You know, and you can really create some kind of interesting sounds by mixing colored files with tube sources inside the plugin. It's kind of interesting, but for me, I tend to kind of prefer when things are shot with more of a transparent power source. And in this case, I know the ones I'm using right now by Ownhammer. If you've never experienced Ownhammer, go and check them out right now. I have such a collection from them because I trust everything they make, and I fell in love really early. This was, you know, got to be 20 years ago now. No, 15 years ago now. Go to see my ugly face for a little bit here. So I hope you guys are having a great day. Not going to be a super long stream today. Just going to be about as long as it takes for the missus to get home and in the house today. And after her walk and such, I'm going to go and hang out and do some things there. And as you can see behind me, we've got some, I set it up nice so there'd be a blanket there. Maybe a cat would sleep on it for y'all. And here we are. How cute is that? He's right in the sun as well. Isn't that cute? I'm not sure what the fuck, how that got onto my playlist. I was hoping it wouldn't. Hey, hang on. What? Okay, sorry guys, I'm checking things as I'm going here. It's it is what it is. So yeah, we're just checking out some different Diezel files today. Just chilling out, having a good time, playing around with some plugins. I love that riff. I'm not the hugest Korn fan. I admittedly really do like a lot of their stuff. Their heavier stuff, and then, I mean, you can't really say the less weird stuff. I'm a huge fan. The tones are disgusting. Those guys know their tone. It's interesting to me that nobody has done. How long do you guys think? Do you guys think we'll see like a signature Korn plugin? I think we could see it. Not only do I think we could see it, but I actually think it would be a really fucking sick plugin. Think about that. Think about how many effects those guys would want to put in it. And the amp, you know, would have to be a rectifier. And if it wasn't a rectifier, I would throw it through the fucking front door. I was pissed. I'm not going to lie. I was a little like, the Westmoreland plugin should have had a rectifier. Should have had a rectifier. It's awesome. The VH4 is fucking sick, but all his tones, his notable tones, have been recorded with a rectifier. So if the Korn guys were to come up with a plugin and not do a rectifier, I might flip a table. You see that spit? I might flip a table or seven tables. I'll just have them all lined up just for no reason in the backyard, just in case sometime this year they release a plugin, so I can go back and flip tables. Yep. Interesting. Sword. The sword is not on, but do you want the sword on? We can do the sword. Yeah, let's do the sword. It's not quite tightening things out the way I was hoping. I haven't been using the sword. Not enough. I don't feel like it's the moment for it. I need like an overdrive that like. What are we gonna use for an overdrive here? Let's see. Scream. What do you have for? Oh, what about this? Ooh, that's really heavy on CPU, I think. I think this heavy on needs, and I don't want anything to crash me. I was going to use the old Scream from Cytomic, but no. Oh. 808. Where's the... Hold on. Where's the Nembrini audio, that really hot Nembrini audio tube screamer? Oh, did I install it? I had to reinstall all my everything from Nembrini Audio because they recently switched all of their stuff. They switched a bunch of stuff over, and I didn't reinstall some of the freeware. Shit. You know, it'd be cool though. Let's throw the. Oh, come on. Hey, here we go. Let's throw the governor out front. Governor out front might be interesting. Let's use it like a screamer. I'm gonna crank that back, and let's bring this up a little bit and see what we got here. Of course, I couldn't hit 3 pinch harmonics in a row without a flub. Damn it! Man, I hope you guys are doing fucking great. I say that a lot, but I really hope you guys are doing great. Go easy on yourself. They need time to get better. I agree, man. Man, Eddie, cheers to you for even trying to open your own business in this current climate. It doesn't work, man. I know some friends that are also struggling when it comes to like their business, man, and it's no joke out there right now. Only the big companies are surviving right now. I actually don't think I have these pickups set up correctly. Ever since I changed the strings, there was just something about them that I felt was off. So I'm going to try and see if I can... That does sound a bit better. I just lowered it just a tiny bit. Nice. Nice, guys. It's nice. What can I tell you, man? I'm not saying... you can't say there's nowhere to run to. Obviously, you're a hardworking guy. You're charismatic. You're a hardworking, charismatic guy, and you also you're great at learning new things. You're great on your feet. I would be hard pressed to say that in my community, for example, there'd be, I don't know, roughly 50 different places in my community. In the city I live in, there'd be like 50 different places not off the top of my head, but there'd be at least 50 different places I know of that are looking for skilled labor right now. Skilled labor, man, is no fucking joke. You're young, get your ass back in school and get a trade. ASAP. If you're going to be struggling, bro, struggle through school, then get yourself a trade and get real good at trades, because you're real good at the flooring thing. You're real good with your hands. You're good at building shit. You redid the whole store. I'm just going to be honest with you. Get into the trades. Get out of the... If the tile store does not pan out, get into the trade. That is where you need to go, because skilled tradesmen are disappearing. Especially younger skilled tradesmen, because everybody wants to be YouTube and TikTok famous. They don't understand, though, that if they were to look around on TikTok and YouTube, they'd see a lot of really famous rich tradesmen on showing their trade to people on YouTube and TikTok, making millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's what they're doing. That's what I suggest, that anybody that's young, charismatic, and is great with their hands, not afraid of shit, not afraid of stabbing yourself with the occasional, in the hand with occasional, whether it's a tool, a drill, anything else. I went into the skilled trades for a while, and I never felt bad about it for a second. Did I stick with it? No. I went into a different field. I went into education instead, and that is where I felt that I could apply who I am a little bit more concisely. I hope that helps not just Eddie, but anybody else out there. If you're struggling and you don't know where to turn to the trades right now. Get yourself in trade school. Get on YouTube, learn as much as you can about that trade. It makes it even easier. It's not as if 20, 25 years ago, you could just learn. If you didn't know someone that could just sit and actually teach you a trade, good luck finding a tradesman that wants to sit and teach a trade after he's been at work all day. Good luck with that. So you're never going to find that. But on YouTube and TikTok right now, you can find tradesmen, skilled tradesmen out there. So if you pick a trade, find one that's very low find one that's high in needs. General trades, learn them all. Go to a general trade school, learn a bit of fucking everything. But find a trade that really interests you. Learn everything you can about that trade on Google, on YouTube, on TikTok, on fucking everywhere you can find. Find something, everything you can. Buy the tools that you need, everything you can. So when you walk up to the first door of the person that is someone asking someone to teach you and take you under their wing as an apprentice and not, you will have with the tools you need to go into that first week or that first day and impress the shit out of this person. This is invaluable. This is exactly what I did when I went into my first trade. It wasn't YouTube though. It was through friends that were teaching me, and I did learn a lot about sheet metal and heating and air conditioning before I went into it, and it was great. So that, aside from what we usually talk about here, it's not necessarily part of the AmSim universe, but this is one of our brothers here at the AmSim universe, and that is what I would tell you right now. Okay. So I get into it, Eddie. If the tile store doesn't work out, that's where I want you to go next. I want you to get into a licensed trade. Get your apprentice hours, and you are laughing. You will have people handing you money under the table, over the table, on the side of the table. All your friends will be. You will be the call for everyone you know to fix whatever it is that you do. And that's under the table money. Never mind, I mean, some places do have contracts where you can't work under the table, technically. But I'm just saying, get into something, whether it's an electrician or it's a plumber, something. Get into a general trade, and then after you have that knowledge, you can buy an old fixer-upper. Being that you fixed up the tile store, fix up. Well, why can't you fix up an apartment house? Then you have your first, you live in one unit, rent out the other three. How? And you've got yourself really flying, okay? So, buddy, don't look down. Look up. You got that chin up, and we're going to figure the shit out. Don't worry. All right, we're back to it. So I hope you guys are having a great day, as always. Yeah, buddy. By the way, this is this guitar. I actually don't know what line this is. I don't know a lot about Jackson lines. I think this is the I think this is the X series. Maybe. I think this is an X series. I always just call this guitar my average ass Jackson. And I'm not really a Jackson guy at all. In fact, I'm exactly the opposite. Anything Jackson made by in the Fender factory is a pile of shit. For me, the quality control has just, I bought three and I kept trying to buy, I bought different guitars and the quality control is just so terrible. But two different Scotty and V's, and a different Jackson, and a Warrior. And all of them just had fret ends and everything. It was just horrible experience. I would never buy another Jackson. However, that being said, but prior to the Fender buyout, Jackson was, gosh, do they have some amazing machines out there. So if you can get your hands on an old bolt-on Jackson from like the 90s, buy that thing because it's going to last, probably outlive you and everyone you know. Those things are damn tough. They're really easy to work on too. The routing is really big, so you can swap pickups really easy. This was really easy to swap pickups in this guitar. And then the routing is usually huge and easy to work in with if you've got big fat hands like myself. And so yeah, a lot of riffage for you guys today. Sorry. So yeah, so it sounds pretty good using the Baus. So if you're wondering what is involved with the rig right now, well, this rig is the Nembrini Audio Boss, which is modeled from of course, the legendary Marshall Governor. And I'm not calling it the Governor; it's actually the Governor. Governor. It's very cool pedal that is sort of, I think they remade it a few different times with a few different casings and chassis, etc., whatever you want to call it. This is based on, I believe, the one from like the 80s. And what did they try to do? Basically what they tried to do is Marshall wanted to put like, it was like a stack in a box. Or remember the ads or like Marshall stack in a box. It's like, yeah, all right. And then the idea was you plug this into a clean tone and then, you rip on this like it's your average Marshall. It didn't really, it sort of worked, but where it worked out really well is out in front of Marshall amps. It does sound really good out front of a Marshall amp. But somewhere along the line, Colin Richardson and Carcass figured out, and I think they were the first band to do it that I've ever heard of, was to use a 5150 and use the Marshall Governor as sort of a low-key way to kind of lightly boost things up and add some character to the 5150. And it worked out really, really well. It worked out really well for them, if you're listening to it. Ooh. I was wondering when this was going to pop up. If you haven't, if you don't know what this is, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry I have to turn it up, but there's one part that I have to do it. Fantastic. If you've never heard of Clowncore and Lewis Cole, if I'm not mistaken, the drummer for Clowncore is legendary. Not legendary. Is he legendary at this point, Lewis Cole? Would we call Lewis Cole a legendary jazz musician? Oh, that's arguable. He's pretty young. Fucking. Okay, you guys have to remember where you were and what you were doing the first time you saw the video for Clowncore. Any of the Clowncore 1 videos where they're in the minivan. And the fact that they're actually recording that live also very much leads me to believe that it's Lewis Cole, because he does everything, all his YouTube stuff is all live. It's recorded live off the floor. And for them to be able to pull that shit off live in a minivan or in a they do it in like a, what do they do the other one in a porta potty? Jesus. Talented. And the saxophone player, I've no idea what his name is. By the way, if there's anything from Sit Strings, that you'd like to see me demo, I'm putting my order in for my allotment for the year shortly. So if you guys want to have a look through anything that they have to offer, and there's anything from Sit Strings that you'd like to see me try out or hear me try out, whichever, let me know. I'm kind of got my staples that I like to always order the same things. I have like a 62 to 13 that I use in my B tunings, just to talk a little bit about strings. On my two clean and like country Telecasters, I use 44. They're amazing. 46 is too big, too large, too heavy for chicken picking. It just is. 42s are too small for a normal human being's hands. If you've ever played 42s, like I can't not, it just bends. Everything bends because it's like you're playing guitar on dental floss or lighter. It's very, very light stuff. The missus got home. It was very, very light stuff. So they're like, oh, but we have 44s now. Oh my God, I need to try these. And yes, they bend beautifully and they still have that, you can still get a really nice tone with them. And let's be honest, the thinner the strings go, the harder it is to really get a thick tone with them. And these things still provide that chonky, twangy kind of thing that you need from your average country tone. So, and then for this guitar, for example, I'm using, I think these are 59s. And then I have a bunch that when I E and D, I will double things up, and I use 54 to 12s for both of those tunings, depending. So if you're curious, yeah, I've been meaning to ask about this, and I forgot, guys. What do you guys think? Wow, 8 people. What do you guys think about this Arcspire thing? Huh? Have you guys been watching? Have you guys been paying attention or following along with the Arcspire stuff, and then like the inside controversy of the guys that are doctoring their videos? Man, it's pretty interesting watching people tear apart videos that are doctored. Pardon me. Doctor videos. How are you going to go get in a band with a doctor video? And then one guy was like, well, I had no intention on actually being in the band. Why audition then? Why audition? What a band, though. What a band. And man, can you imagine trying to find a drummer for that stuff? Holy. Oh my God. Not only that, but a drummer you can get away with, or sorry, get along with. A drummer that it's like, they're looking at just a small amount of people. And now to find a human being they can spend like, the next year and a half in a van with. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's just crazy. I'm really proud, though, to be a Canadian and to have this be one of the biggest metal bands on the planet right now, Arcspire. And if you're just jumping in with us, hi, my name is Tyler. Welcome to the Amp Sim Show on the Amp Sim universe. And this is where we get together and we just talk about random stuff that involved. In the chat today, we had a bit of a motivational moment. We had to have a bit of a motivational moment. But otherwise, we are all guitar, bass, anything that's involved with amp sims and the surrounds it, like drum software, everything else. That's what we do here. We talk about that. We talk about analog gear. We talk about ways to make sure the DI signal is incredible. And we're talking about one of those today in just your neck tension. You don't realize how bad your guitars will sound when they're jacked up. And I've seen it a lot where people buy a brand new guitar and then they'll go onto that guitar manufacturer's user group and complain, I bought this guitar and it was amazing, and now 6 months later it plays like shit. Yeah, because you probably have the same strings on it for 6 months and you probably haven't brought it. You probably don't. Obviously this person doesn't know how to adjust things. So when things don't sound right, if you have a guitar that once upon a time played really nice and then doesn't anymore, that's a key sign that you need to bring that guitar to a tech, and they will tell you what was wrong with it. And then when you get it back for the first time and you don't know anything, that's when you hit YouTube or TikTok or whatever it is that you'd like to get your information from, or forums, like old school style. We'll go to the forums. There's a lot of old forum stuff. Don't fuck with forum stuff either. Don't turn your nose up at it. You might be finding some pretty good answers on like 12-year-old forum posts. In any event. And you might, you're going to find out what's wrong with your guitar and then learn how to fix it. Honestly, there's almost nothing that can't be fixed by the average Joe on a guitar, apart from fretwork. Fretwork and bar to the strange language, but nut work, nut filing, that can take some learning. And it can also, you can fuck your guitar up pretty good. Also, the nuts usually just come off and you can replace them, but it's a pain in the ass. So don't file your own nut unless you really know what you're doing, I think. And also, don't do fretwork on a nice guitar. If you're going to practice fretwork, go on your local marketplace, buy pieces of shit, and then learn your fretwork on those garbage necks. That's what you can do. Don't ever do fretwork. Don't ever learn fretwork on your own guitars. Don't do it. Don't do it on anybody else's guitar either. Those are the only hard things, though, but fixing wiring issues, replacing a pot, these are not hard things to do. Not expensive either. Getting a decent soldering iron and learning how to solder, that's going to be your best friend. You'll be able to change pickups whenever you want and not have to bring your guitar to your tech buddy that's going to charge you like $100 to switch a set of pickups. Waste of money. You could buy another set. You could buy another pickup with that money. These are not free plugins, sir. I have some free plugins in here if you'd like to see. This is free plugin right here. This is our own collaboration with Audiority. It's called the Sword. It is sort of a jack of all trades kind of EQ pedal that can sort of just manipulate into being a boost or kind of a fuzzy thing and kind of this and kind of that. Also for free in this stream, we have the Forte Boost from Wavemind. It's Forte Boost 22, 100% free. Pow! I already said skip this version. I've got to reinstall this, of course, but this is the X drive, also free. This is based on the Maxon 808X. More freeness coming down the pipe here. This is our crown jewel for the moment, and this is what I understand. I'm not going to toot my own horn. I hate tooting my own horn by saying things, but I'm going to toot our own horn here and say this is one of the hottest pieces of freeware on the market right now. This is NAMM Universal, and this is our collaboration with a company called Wavemind. And this can do everything, a little bit of everything. And it comes along with a lot of different things. If you're not familiar with the Neural Amp Modeler, you should probably familiarize yourself with that first. But go and check out NAMM Universal ASAP. No matter what kind of player you are, I'm telling you, you're going to probably find something you like in here. Presets coming very soon. We created about 300. And then realized that we had a bit of a problem with the preset loader, so we have to kind of figure out a couple small things, and then these will be up in a new version that's coming out pretty soon. Also going to be doing a paid version of this plugin, the V2, coming out. Actually, it'll be called, geez, I'm not really sure, but a month and a half-ish. Don't know exactly, but we are going to be doing a multi-panel version that will have a low price tag. And so it won't be free. Also free, because he's asking me about freeware in the chain. I'm at it. Let's go. This is the Nembrini Audio analog rack delay. I have it in every single solitary stream I do on 2 different channels on both my vocal chain and my guitar chain. This is my favorite delay, and it's super easy, super effective, and you can get it free from Nembrini Audio. Also, I have 2 instances of that in my chain. Let's look at that. And then also for free, it is free, but please upgrade if you can make this disappear. All right, so this is the M Convolution EZ from Melda Productions. I use this as just a tiny little bit of my own, a tiny bit of reverb, more for me than you guys. just to kind of moisten things up and give it a bit of a room feel in my headphones. Although on your end, I don't think you guys hear it probably as much and as prominently as I do. Now, in the chain that we on before we get out of here today, we have the Boss. This is the Nambrini Audio Boss based on the Marshall Governor. This is the Brainworks. This is the Brainworks Diesel Herbert. This can be found and be had for filthy cheap when it comes out on sale. This thing, when they do have sales, this thing goes on sale really cheap. As the VH4 right here, this is its counterpart, the VH4. These are fully licensed and they sound terrific. And then I'm also using it with one IR loader, loaded up with the Heavy Hitters pack. Oh no, it's not the Heavy Hitters pack. Sorry, this is the 412 Diesel RL. And I'm currently using a mix of V30 12K in one of their blends. And it does sound pretty good. Thanks so much for that. I really do appreciate the kind words, and thank you for joining. I hope you can give us a like and a sub if you like what we do here. Sorry, I'm looking down at comments today, guys. I'm really sorry. New phone coming this weekend. I'm looking down at comments today because I just don't have it set up because I had to charge it low rent, unprofessional over here. Let's get dirty with the game. Let's see what Herb really has for us here. It's a bit bloated. I gotta bring this back. Hold on. Holy fuck, that's heavy. Heavy as fucking balls. Doesn't sound so bad. To me, these are still the best diesels out there. Yeah, STL Tones has put out a couple in tonality plugins that sound pretty good. They sound very good, actually. In this particular case, I just like the VH4 and the Herbert that from Brainworks a little bit better. They're old, but they're not even that old. I mean, maybe what are they? When did these come out? I think maybe just prior to COVID. I don't know, gosh. I just remember when we were doing Honest Amp Sim reviews, these ended up winning my plugins of the year shared. I think it was, or was it the VH4 that took it? I think it was VH4 that took it over the Herbert. Yes, I should say that V1 will remain free, always will remain free, and it'll always have the free creators and the tone hunt stuff, whereas the paid version will not feature the same toolkit, as we just kind of want to, we feel like if we're putting this out, we should be responsible for all of the onboard models and the captures that were going to be included. We feel that way. That it just feels better that way. Love this part. I was probably way out of sync because I haven't synced up my Spotify and my OBS with the OBS with Reaper in a long time, so it's probably way off. All right, with that, guys, I'm going to get going. And I really appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here today. I really do. This was a lot of fun. I'm going to be here again likely tomorrow. Fridays are going to be probably hit or miss. Saturdays or Sundays, guaranteed. You guys will get something on the weekend. I'm going to try to make sure it's every weekend, 2 to 3 hours. We're going to do something a little bit more planned, a little bit less off the cuff, and have some more kind of substance behind the weekend and see what we can do there. I do appreciate each and every one of you, though. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm not out there hustling for subs. I'm never going to be that guy. You're never going to hear me out there. Very seldom do I even say like and subscribe. I probably should say that more. But you guys, I'm never going to be out there hustling because I don't really believe in that. I believe in bringing in the people that really want to be here. And those people will find their way in through other people. So if you are a fan of what we do, I challenge for you today is just to tell one person that you know that might dig what we do here. That's it. Just one. Bring us one person. And that doesn't have to be today, tomorrow, or next week, or next month. If you ever come across somebody that, shit, this person would love what they do over on the AmSim universe, send them our way. That's all we ask. Thanks so much for your time, and I will see you guys likely tomorrow. Cheers.